whoever managing director or CEO is running the ship has no real contact with the customers, and that's given to account managers, and then you just say account number, and that personal touch and relationship which the customer used to have may not be there once you go off about a bigger size. There's a cycle.
Okay. So customer risk, customer concentration.
Yeah, if E&I becomes $500 million or something like that, I'm pretty sure the same level of service which they used to give to customers when they were smaller, I'll be very surprised if they still continue to do that, because you can only do certain things in a few hours of the day.
Makes sense. Okay. Anything else in terms of risks?
Risk is obviously the million-dollar question. Is data centers going to be going up as we all predict it's going to be? Like we saw the dot-com era when everything failed, and the next from 2000 to 2005, 2006, data centers were closing down or selling, and a lot of things which people didn't expect to happen. So that's always a potential risk because there's so much builds happening right now. You don't know whether capacities, you're building too many capacities than demand, and once capacity catches and overtakes demand, will people stop for a few years? Nobody knows. For example, autonomous cars and all of those, are they going to come, or they're going to be regulated and it might take 15 years for them to come? Again, the question nobody knows. Super critical ones where people are going to be diagnosed with apps and doctors going to speak to people and treat people on Skype and remote accessing of blood samples. Like all of these technologies which you taught, how many years that's going to materialize, nobody knows. So again, a downturn market because of all capacity is something which potentially could happen, but nobody's predicting it, but nobody knows. And the other risk is obviously if there's a financial downturn or any of that, that'll definitely affect the market because of overcapacity.
Yeah.
The other risk is that E&I's portfolio is rightly placed right now in data centers, but like if there's a downturn, then all eggs are in one basket.
Have you seen any players go into the market as, so say E&I are in data centers, and I guess they have two options, or they have three options for growth. They can grow in their current markets geographically, so Ireland, UK. They can go to new geographies like the US, or they can try to acquire companies in different segments and become a multi-segment provider. Is there a particular reason why any one of those strategies is more attractive than another?
No, I think it's a necessity, no more than a need. For example, I know many companies are doing the same because these hyperscalers, which is the main players in West Coast of US, they are rolling out globally. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are in Sweden or Singapore or in Shanghai or Hong Kong, they are building everywhere. So they need multiple locations to supply them. They don't want everything to be supplied from UK or Ireland or US. They need multiple factories to supply, and the scale they're building means that one factory is not good enough for them.
So they need a switchgear provider to keep pace and expand.
To keep pace, and it's so diverse. Okay, a switchgear in Europe is so different to a switchgear in US. Okay? The standards are different. For example, UL is it's a US is UL standard. Okay, and in Europe it's IEC, and different parts of the world are different. China is CCC. So standards are so different. And even the type and feel of a switchgear is also different. For example, a switchgear made in UK will look completely different to a switchgear made in US because of different voltages to start with. Okay, US is 110 volt, UK is 230 volt. So because of that, the amount of safety inside a switchgear is so different. In US, it's literally open. You can open a switchgear and do a lot of things. In Europe,